My name's Luke. I'm a copywriter, so I work in advertising as a creative. And then on the side, I make content about the outdoors and fashion.
My name's Ian Butler and I'm Luke's father and I work as a gardener. I'm so lucky to get up every day and just be outside, you know, five days a week.
We're in Hemel Hempstead right now. It's about half an hour on the train from where I live in London, and I've come here to meet my dad for a walk. I spent a lot of my time growing up just exploring locally, like all beautiful like oak forests and stuff like that. And then when we went on sort of camping holidays, which we did a lot as kids, I didn't really know about what this country had to offer in terms of like scenery. I'd never been to the lakes, I'd never been to Scotland. So really, I hadn't actually even gone up a mountain until my late 20s. And that kind of coincided at a time when I guess my mental health was quite bad in my mid-20s, and I started taking steps to like address that in a kind of holistic way. And I would kind of look at I started with exercise, kind of training and hitting the gym, and then, you know, like I really wanted to start getting into hiking. And about 2019, I think I went up my first mountain. I think it was Scafell Pike. And then the pandemic hit after that. Having that taken away was really difficult. It just meant that, you know, I had all that time to think about what I was going to do next and what my adventures were going to be. I don't see it as like a cure-all. It's not like a silver bullet. It's not going to fix all your problems. Like I said, I think of it as part of like a kit of parts, right? And I look at coping with my mental health holistically. You know, it's routine's really important to me, and that's whether it's be like diet, exercise, even sleep. And I guess this falls under exercise. So I feel like getting outside is kind of vital to my mental health now. Living in town, living in the city, you know, you've got a stressful job, you're commuting like hours a day, and that sort of stress, tension, it can build up like pretty quickly. And I think getting outside is the quickest way to just relieve that tension and let off steam. I feel like every trip is like a reset. A community sort of came about, a lot of sort of online chat about kit and gear and things like that. And Kiwi pants were like coming up as like the kind of, you know, if you're getting into hiking, it's like what's the kind of entry level go-to? Kiwi pants came up as like the affordable, like good quality. But more than that, it was like the fit was really good. Like the fit was like, the thing about, you know, hiking stuff is it's either really skinny or like really baggy, and there's like no real in between. You know, the people that I was chatting with in that community cared about the style as well. They cared about looking good. And, you know, they were looking at Kiwis, you know, they had the nice relaxed fit, but they're also like really functional and comfortable and stuff like that. I've met a lot of new people through this. I didn't expect to be making new friends at my age, you know. And yeah, I guess I've off the back of that had some kind of, you know, amazing opportunities as well. It's just opened up another part of my life. Like I said, I never didn't even see a mountain till my late 20s, and it's kind of good to have a different chapter to kind of explore and feel excited and feel like a kid again, I suppose, as well. Being able to share it with my dad as well.
Lately, we went on a trip up to Snowdonia, and I'd said to Luke before that I was planning a trip. The problem was I've got a bit of an issue with heights, and I knew that Luke is pretty sort of gung-ho in his adventures. I've seen him, you know, sort of scale cliffs and God knows what, and I trusted him. And he took me up this, well, I think he called it a hill, I'd call it a mountain. I mean, I think it was 940 metres, and It wasn't very pretty, let's just start. I mean, I started up as a human being, and at the end I ended up as a salamander. I'm going along like this.
Took my dad out recently, took him to Wales, and you know, I tell him about my trips all the time, but to have that one-on-one time with him was amazing, and just that kind of bonding experience of like setting up camp and just, you know, showing him all the gadgets and stuff like that, and he definitely bought into it, didn't you?
And we reached the summit, and it was just such a great feeling to just to share that moment with him. I think it was raining quite a bit, wasn't it? Yeah. But we were wearing all the Craghopper gear that he bought me for my birthday, and it was just fantastic.